right, thanks, Pete. President Trump beginning his two-day summit with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. More on this from Bloomberg's Nathan Hager.
For China's leader, the goal will be to stay on script and develop a personal rapport with a U.S. president who has been highly critical of Beijing's trade practices. But Bloomberg government's Sarah Babbage notes the U.S. trade deficit with China has narrowed slightly. And given North Korea's recent provocations,
I think there's going to be a lot of talk about North Korea. And since that's seeming like a really pressing matter, it's unclear how much we'll get to talk about trade.
Nathan Hager, Bloomberg 99.1 and 105.7 FM, HD2.
The U.S. has deported a former New York banker to Russia. He's accused of trying to recruit one of Trump's former advisors. Evgeny Buryakov serving 30 months in prison after he was convicted of operating as an agent of Russia's foreign intelligence agency, but he didn't register with the U.S. government. Officials believe he also targeted former U.S. energy consultant Carter Page, who had been working for Trump as a foreign policy advisor. Page denying any improprieties. A leading Northern Virginia Republican lawmaker says he won't be running for re-election. More on this now from Bloomberg's Nancy Lyons.
Delegate Dave Albo of Fairfax County says he's confident he could win re-election, but can no longer afford to spend 80 to 100 days a year away from his law practice. He made the announcement during a floor speech in the General Assembly's one-day veto session. The 42nd district that he's been representing since 1994 is one of the most Democrat-leaning House districts held by a Republican. Democrats are hoping to flip it so they can eat into the 66 to 34 Republican majority in the state House. Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg 99.1 and 105.7 HD2.
And a Senate showdown at hand now over President Trump's Supreme Court nominee. It could change the Senate and the court for years to come. Democrats escalating their attacks against Judge Neil Gorsuch ahead of today's key votes. Republicans accusing Democrats of just being bitter over losing the White House to Donald Trump. And that confrontation was playing out in the Senate today. We're watching it for you. Bloomberg surveillance continues now on Bloomberg 99.1 and 105.7 FM HD2.
This is Bloomberg Surveillance on Bloomberg Radio. David Gura and Tom Keene in New York, 7:34 on Wall Street. Time for the Bloomberg NJIT STEM report. Brought to you by New Jersey Institute of Technology, investing in vital research from neuroprosthetics to wearable robotics that help people with spinal cord injuries. You can learn more at storiesofinnovation.njit.edu. The STEM report this morning with Bob Moon. Good morning, Bob.
David, good morning. Here's what's making news in science, technology, engineering, and math. Today marks the 100th anniversary of the U.S. entry into the First World War. And it bears noting some of the innovations that were developed or came into wide use during the conflict that are still with us today. Here are some: machine guns, tanks, chemical weapons, warplanes, submarines, trench coats, and wristwatches. So did you like the movie or not? The people at Netflix are changing things that will make it easier to answer that simple question in a simpler way. The video streaming service is moving from a star rating system to thumbs up or thumbs down. Netflix says it hopes it will make it easier for its 94 million subscribers to tell whether they liked a movie or a TV show. Artificial intelligence isn't just the future, it's here now, and the next cloud battle between Amazon, Microsoft, and Google is bringing AI to business. A growing number of enterprises are using a new combination of AI tools and cloud services to improve their bottom lines. In Bend, Oregon, software from Microsoft is helping Deschutes Brewery avoid having to dump batches of beer that may not be.
These guys have polluted Route 32 their whole way up driving down here. That's a shame. And it's all videotaped. They need to be fined. Nextdaydumpters.com. Ridiculous.